Welcome to another edition of Show After the Show. Today, we continue on getting to know the people that make this community so great. With me, you'll see that we have Joy and Luz along with us from My AMIGOS Bilingual Education Center, and they're celebrating 10 years, so we're going to be talking about in just a bit how they're participating in Midlands Gives, which is a capital campaign that they'll be doing. Participating in this coming up on Tuesday, May 4th. But one thing that I'm really curious of is how does someone from Colombia, South America hook up with somebody from Jacksonville, Florida?
Yes, that is one of the things that God, he knows what he's doing, really. That is the only explanation, is that put us to build up this preschool, and it's working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. We met through a church singles group, so definitely God's hand was in it, and it just went from there.
That is so great. I understand, Luz, that your mom was a stay-at-home mom. Your dad sold clothes, so he was a salesman. And one thing that he would do would take all those sample clothes and that he was selling and actually give them away to those who are in need in your community.
Yes, that was one of the beautiful memories that I have with my family, when he collect all the clothes that he was showing the customers. And in the end of the year, in Christmas, he put everything in the car, and we start to drive in the car. Mm-hmm. And he asked the people, "Hey, what did you say for the clothes?" And they say, and we just start to look and try to match it up, the clothes for that person, and okay, Merry Christmas, and we continue. And see the expression for them, that was so cool. My daddy was a giver, even though that we don't have too much. Mm-hmm. But he was very giver, very generous with the stuff that he had.
I don't know if Joy told you this, Luz, but I understand that Joy's brothers rolled her up in a sleeping bag one day and left her in the closet. What happened, Joy?
Yeah, so after we had moved to Florida to South Carolina, I was still pretty small, and my older brothers liked to have a little bit of fun when mom and dad weren't too close by. And so dad was at work, and I don't remember where my mom was at the time, but downstairs, we were in a split level house. So downstairs was my oldest brother's room, and he and my other brother decided they were going to have a little bit of fun with me. And I happened to be walking by, minding my own business, and they grabbed me and said, "Let's roll her up in this sleeping bag," and stuffed me in a closet. And I hollered and screamed until I don't remember if they let me out because they were afraid mom would hear, or if mom came down and heard and let me out. But I thought I'd be traumatized, but nope, I forgave and moved on.
22 years ago, Luz, you moved to America to learn English in particular.
Yes. When I arrived here at the United States, I was without English, and I started to learn. I went to the USC in the international program, and that was very cool to see that we had a lot of diversity in my country. But to join here in the United States and join to the USC and have different people for different countries, and we had different conversations. The funny part is that not everybody was learning English, but we are able to communicate, because when you want to communicate with somebody, you start to communicate is with your heart and with love. In that case, we're able to communicate, and also to see that in the end of the day, we had the same goals, and no matter what is the country, the nationality, and the background that we had, we want the same thing. In the end, we are human beings. That was very good. In that case, to see the diversity that I get from not only from Colombia, also here in the United States, in USC, that was very, very, I think that was built up my passion to help the immigrant culture and immigrants from different places, of course. In that case, that was very, very, very good for me to be part of this dream that Joy invited me to be part of.
Well, it sounds like the dream started with a 3-week vacation to study Spanish in Costa Rica for Joy.
Yeah, I had 3 weeks of vacation from during the job that I was in at the time, and school was never easy for me to start with. So I started questioning myself, why in the world am I using my 3 weeks of vacation to go study a language? Now, I was in Costa Rica, so definitely part of it was a little bit vacation-y, I'll have to admit. But a large portion of the day was in school and an immersion school. And that's when I realized God's trying to do something here. What am I doing here? And I really, prayed about it and said, what's going on? How do you want to use this in my life? And the things just started coming together, and started realizing this is what God wants me to do is work with the Hispanic community. And that's why he had me there learning Spanish. And knowing that in my background, there's really nothing of that at all in my family or in anything growing up. So it was really had to be an act of God to move me to do that. So started coming together that way. And when I came home from vacation, I met with Luce and talked to her about it, and things started rolling, coming together.
At first, I understand, Luz, it was scary.
Oh yes, because I my education is in computer area. I computer engineering, and I don't have any background related with the education. And she invited me to be part of the preschool for children that I don't have any idea. I had my nieces in that point, but it's different. But yes, when she invited me, like, okay, yes, I don't know what I'm going to do. And when she explained to me that I will be part more is in the administration part, that was my skills. In that case, I say, okay, let's go do it. But before that, I joined there. I went to Colombia, and I had a very, blow up me when I had a conversation with my friend from the college. One of my friends told me about the experience that she had. She's a computer engineering also, but she was a teacher. And she told me that she do a survey. Based on that survey, the children want to be killers, men. And in that case, I say, okay, I think that we need to do something. And based with the invitation that Joy gave to me, I say, okay, I'm going to put all my offer to help the children to have a different viewpoint around the world. And I hope that my amigos will be one day in my home country.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I believe it can happen. 10 years here,
so.
It certainly can happen. By the way, the website is myamigosbec.org. That's myamigosbec.org. We have a link to the page that is right here. Very interested in what's coming up with Midlands Give on Tuesday, May the 4th, because you've got this big capital campaign that will help the schools, particularly for the children to play.
Right. Yeah, we're participating in that this year. Midlands Gives is every year, but this particular year, being our 10th anniversary year, we wanted to do a capital campaign. And so there's a number of things that we're targeting with the capital campaign. But the main thing we're focusing on with Midlands Gives is improving our playground. And so there are definitely some things that we need to give a facelift to on our playground and make it a little bit better and a little bit safer for children as well. So we really want to focus in on that. So all of the gifts and funds raised on that Giving Tuesday of May 4th will go towards our playground campaign.
Well, it's very important to have, because you're right now reaching out to 2K through 4K, and they need to get their wiggles out and have some playtime as they're still learning, because you do a great job of immersing them in what you do with My Amigos Bilingual Education Center.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Another thing that is important is that we had in the website that you mentioned, we had our business plan that is for 5 years. And the people can see, and they can, contribute to build it up this dream that now, is impacting the community more and more. In that case, they can see the business, the strategic plan for 5 years, and maybe why not? They can be part of the volunteer and make a positive impact in the community.
Yeah, because you're looking for volunteers and new preschool teachers as well for the fall that's coming up. But you also do after school programming, and the summer's coming up. So you have some summer camps that are going to be involved as well at My Amigos.
Right. Yeah, we do. We offer that the after school program where we pick up children from some of the local schools here And so some of those are ones who have already gone through our preschool program, and then they want to continue being with us in the afternoons. And then some are just other families who have decided to enroll because they want their kids to have that exposure to another language and a multicultural environment. And so we pick them up, bring them for after school in our bus. And then for the summer, we do offer that full day program, kind of like a bilingual summer camp, where they can come. And again, we do bilingual Spanish, English activities to keep them excited and have fun for the summer. It's a lot of fun and games, but through that, we're using that, of course, to teach language skills and such. And then the other piece, of course, is that it's also a Christian environment. A lot of folks are looking for a Christian environment to continue to encourage, the faith that their families teach at home. And so we also ask, our teachers to model that as well and incorporate that in what we do. The biggest thing that we just want to make sure, with whether it's with the after school, with the summer program, with the preschool program, is that, while we're teaching language and getting kids ready for school and kindergarten and things like that, there's the, secondary piece of it that's just as important. Kind of like what's behind me here about the world being bigger than your backyard. We're also teaching the children to embrace diversity, to reject racism and stereotypes and things like that, and just love one another for the way God has created them, because we're all created in God's image. And that's a big part of what we're trying to teach as well.
Joy and Luz along with us today, celebrating 10 years. Congratulations to the both of you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We have all the information we just talked about right here on this page for Show After the Show. You can click right through to their website and get involved with the Midlands Give that's coming up on Tuesday, May the 4th. We'll see you again for another edition of Show After the Show real soon. Thanks for watching.